What's going on, guys? Roger here with QVO Tactical. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information before this video started. This is the video for our COD, our Cod mount. It's a compact optic durable mount. For you guys that have been wondering how we've been getting that awesome camera angle that looks like Call of Duty, this is how we've been doing it with this video. The reason I'm giving this information before the video starts is because in this version of the video, we actually had to blur out some of the footage because it goes against the YouTube monetization policies of full auto. You might be asking, why do we care if the video is monetized? We do not make a bunch of money off of YouTube monetization, unfortunately. However, when our videos are monetized, they are pushed out and they get more exposure. For example, our videos typically get anywhere from 20 to 40,000 views in the first week when they are monetized. When they are not monetized, they don't do that well. The case being with the full version of this video being uploaded, it has only about 4,000 views and it's been out for about 2 months. So we figured that we would upload a second version of the video. That way it can gain some more exposure and let you guys see the product that we came out with. We worked very hard on this mount and it is now available to purchase on our website. So please check out the video. If you want to see the full version with the clips that are not blurred out, you can click on the link in the description below because that video is uploaded on our channel as well. As always, guys, we appreciate checking the video. Without further ado, enjoy. What's going on, guys? Roger here with QVO Tactical. In today's video, I am very excited to bring you guys a project that I've been working on for the last few years. This new product is going to let all of you other content creators out there get that awesome first-person field of view camera angle, making your videos look like they were straight out of the Call of Duty video game. Of course, I'm talking about our new compact optic durable mount, or COD mount. So let's get into it. Now, before we dive into this for you guys, if you are here watching this because you've already purchased our new COD mount, I first want to say thank you for supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. We are so pumped to see all of the awesome content that you guys are going to be creating. All right, guys, with that out of the way, let's get into what our COD mount is all about. The QVO Tactical COD, or Compact Optic Durable Mount, is a full aluminum mounting system that allows the user to mount their smartphone perfectly in line with a rifle mounted scope, or red dot. When you order yours from our website, it will come to you nicely packaged in a branded QVO Tactical box with the 3 components individually packaged. You will find additional swag in the box to include our signature air freshener and an informational postcard with instructions pertaining to this video. Now, when you receive your COD mount, you will notice that there are 3 separate components to the entire system. The first is going to be the aluminum clamp. This is what will clamp to your rifle. The clamp features a branded metal red knob, 1/4-20 mounting points, and 1 3/8-16 mounting point. The clamp also features articulating feet along with curved arms, allowing for 2 points of contact that are either flat or round, such as a rifle stock or buffer tube. The inner portion of the clamp and articulating feet have a textured rubber lining to keep marring and scratches to a minimum. Next up is the dual articulating arm. The first portion of the articulating arm is a small rod with a 1/4-20 threaded post. This will be screwed in clockwise into the clamp. The other portion of the articulating arm features a 1/4-20 threaded post attached to an adjustable tightening wheel with a textured edge. This portion of the arm is what will attach to the smartphone mount. The center red knob is used to lock both articulating ball joints into place by turning it clockwise. The last piece of the puzzle, guys, is our padded and anodized smartphone camera mount. This mount features multiple 1/4-20 positions to attach to the articulating arm. The smartphone mount features a textured locking wheel that ensures the clamping portion will securely hold your smartphone in place. Additionally, there is a locking lever which locks in the angle you have positioned the camera into and ensures everything stays put during recoil, something that you will see here shortly in the range footage. Now, if you're like me, you probably have a drawer or a box full of different camera pieces and different scope mounts and different scope cams, but none of them have been able to produce that first-person field of view that we all want. You know, the view like we see in first-person shooter video games like Call of Duty. After trying countless products, guys, I decided that I needed to figure out the solution for this problem. I reached out to different manufacturers of camera parts overseas, and I was able to piece together these three components. I ordered some samples and then did some field testing out on the range to ensure stability and durability. Once we were satisfied with the final product, we placed a bulk order for all of the components, and here we are. Now, let's get into how you're going to set up your COD mount while out on the range. All right, guys, so when you're getting ready to set this up, one of the first things that I do, I'll record here so you can see it in the phone, but take your camera. I pretty much have the lens facing down, and then you want to go up to your optic, find where you're seeing through it, and then back up from there. And then once you get the clear angle that you want, which is about there, you can mark it. Now, okay, I know I need to clamp here. That way everything will be in the frame of what I want to see. So again, I just go up to the optic close, I pull back from there. That way everything is in the camera frame of what I want. And I don't worry about getting all focused now, but I know that here's where I'm going to have to mount the clamp in order for the focal length to be correct with the camera. All right, guys, so something I want to do for you in real time out here on the range was set up the Cod mount behind one of our optics on a rifle so you could see how long it takes after getting familiar with it. Like I was saying earlier in the video, your first few times setting this up, it might be a little time consuming just to get that perfect angle that you're seeing in all the footage that we've already shown you. But I will have picture-in-picture going for you. I'm going to record here on my iPhone as I do this. The first thing I would do is get your setup, put the phone in, get it lined up to where how it's going to go on the gun. So I know that I'm going to be mounting on the underside of the buffer tube. That way I can charge the handle, and so then I'll put it in that configuration and give it a little bit of torque. That way it kind of locks things in. It's not super tight, it's not set yet because I still want to be able to move it. And then I'll come under here and I'll start lining up where I'm going to be on the optic. So I know that that focal length there is pretty good, so I'll come under here and I will tighten this down, the clamp onto the buffer tube, get it nice and snug. Now I'll loosen the arm portion and I'll bring it over and start figuring out where it needs to go in regards to the optic. And like I was saying, you can see right here, I'm not seeing anything at all, so I got to play with, there we go. So you start seeing it, and I know it needs to go there now. And so it might need to come a little higher as we get it in focus. And then the other thing too is you want it centered, so it's a little high up on the screen, so I got to figure out how to get it to come up. So I bring it up while tilting it, and getting that camera to line up perfectly can sometimes be a pain. So there we go, we're almost there. There we go, we're good there. So now I'm going to lock this arm here in place a little bit. Now I can fine tune it as it's not completely locked down. And this is rotating as well, the phone portion. Everything is modular, that way it allows you to like really fine tune and get rid of scope shadow or anything like that. So I'm not liking how low it's sitting. Come back down. See, ideally I want it there, but we're not seeing through the optic, so I got to figure out where that sweet spot is. Oh, almost had it. There we go. So now we're centered up. I'll tighten this thing down, the arm. I'll get this back to where I need it to be, and I don't want it, I don't want cockeyed footage there. So again, rotating this, loosening back the arm, making my fine adjustments. So right there is where I want it to be centered. It looks like I might have to undo this clamp and bring it forward just slightly. There we go. Brought it forward just slightly. And then I can rotate this again. Now I want a little more field of view on the edges. What I try to go for is that like Call of Duty video game style look. There we go, that's centered. And then we'll talk about focusing here. As you guys see, if I tap there on the screen, it'll focus up the way we want it to go. And there we go. Now I have the field of view that I want. So I'll lock everything back. So come around here for me, Gil, and show the back side of this. So here, I'm going to turn the dial and lock the phone portion of the mount. and then push the locking bar forward as well. And now that whole thing is locked up. And as you guys see, Gil come back around here. Now we have the field of view that we want. So a little over 3 minutes with me doing it here live for you on camera, setting the whole thing up. But once you get it there, that's what you kind of want to find. And then now you want to kind of aim in. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit to find my target. We're shooting at 100 yards, there it is. And now as I zoom in, everything is perfectly clear. I got the target in focus, I have my reticle in focus, and then one thing I did notice too, I need to come over here and set my parallax. So come behind me, Gil, over here, and zoom in right here on the actual scope itself. You guys see the side parallax? Back up a little bit so it's in focus. So right here, see how it's starting to go out of focus with the target? Because I'm not at 50 yards, I'm between like 100 and 200. And so if I bring the side parallax focus to where it needs to be, now everything is clear and I can get the footage that I want. So we'll get it loaded up here and take some shots and show you guys how it works with using the actual variable power here on this magnified optic. All right guys, now that we're all set up with the mount, no scope shadow, everything looks good on this end from the iPhone. I'm gonna take a few shots so you guys can see the recoil. 6.5 Creedmoor out of a 18-inch barrel, ADM UIC 10A. It's their AR-10 variant. And dropping the bolt there, you'll see a little bit of the recoil, but the mount stays in place. Like I said, we're shooting at about 100, a little past 100 yards, nothing crazy for 6.5, but just want you guys to see what this looks like if you're shooting content with it. You see I'm barely able to get shoulder placement, but you can. And I'm set up decently here, and we'll take some shots. Boom, take another. Good to go. So you guys out there that are doing precision stuff and you want to show, glass clarity, what it actually looks like through the optic when you're zooming in, the reticle, everything, this lets you do it all. And then we'll talk about in studio, you can use other apps. Like I'm just using the camera that's built into the iPhone. Works great for me, but you have stuff like Filmic Pro that I used to use when I filmed on my iPhone that lets you manually adjust the focus of the iPhone camera. So you can use that if you want to. It's not necessary, guys, but it definitely can help you out if you're struggling to get the focus the way that you need it for zooming in on the optic. Now, it was important to me to show you guys setting this up in real time. I wanted to do this to give everyone a realistic expectation of what it is like setting this mount up. While it may look a little time consuming on camera, in reality, guys, it was only about 3 minutes. Now that we have everything set up, I want to show you guys how it functions on the range. For this portion of the video, I wanted to showcase everything from a flat shooting AR-15 with a nice LPVO, all the way to a precision long range gun with a 25 times magnified optic. Keep recording, ready? All right, keep recording, ready? Yep. Do that one more time. Do that one more time. So So as you just saw, the COD mount held up really well on both the 223, 5.56 guns as well as the 6.5 Creedmoor sniper setup. Now, I was definitely happy with those results, but to demonstrate the durability even further, we were able to get our friends from Ventura Munitions to bring out a full auto SCAR Heavy chambered in 308. All right, guys, so it'll even work on a full auto SCAR Heavy, so 308 full auto, and let's watch this footage. Here we go. Hey-oh! Yeah, so anybody worrying about if it's gonna hold up for certain things, if you're rocking a 50 cal, maybe not, but SCAR Heavy 308 full auto, good to go. This is what solidified our mount as being a reliable and durable one to market. For it to stay well centered on a Trijicon 1-6 LPVO while mag dumping a 20-round mag full of 308 ammunition under full auto recoil definitely made us all very happy on the range. The last thing I want to cover on the range actually comes from a few people asking the same question on our Instagram feed. With the new style of content on social media platforms like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok, people wanted to know if they could use our mount to record in vertical format. Well, guys, there's two ways to do this. The first is that you could just center the optic in your editing software and use that. The second is that our mount will allow you to record in vertical format. You just have to set it up that way. To better demonstrate this, check out this footage. All right, guys, we got a bunch of questions on the internet about with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, with being able to record in a vertical orientation, if that was something that could be accomplished with our mount. I'll have Gil walk around here. As you guys can see, the phone is mounted in a vertical orientation. You're able to have a super clear field of view through this primary arms 5-25. We'll zoom in here to 25 magnification and take some shots with this ADM UIC 10A and 6.5 Creedmoor. There you go. Everything's still good, in focus. You're able to get those shots, zoom out, and everything can be done for your guys' social media content like Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So as you can see, our new COD mount is very versatile. Again, we're excited to see what you other content creators come up with. If you are new to creating content, guys, I want you to understand that getting shots like these, the ones that you saw earlier in our video, they are going to require a little bit of editing magic. I'm actually going to share with you guys how we do it here on our channel. The first thing you're going to want to do is figure out the drill that you want to shoot out on the range. You're going to shoot that drill with just your rifle and optic and no COD mount equipped. Record yourself shooting that drill, and that is going to be the first part of your video. Now, equip the COD mount as shown earlier in this video and run the same drill while recording it with your smartphone. Now, bring both videos into your editing software. We use LumaFusion on our iPad Pros. In your editing software, you're going to be able to cut both clips to match up and give you something like this. Now guys, editing is an art form all on its own. However, it is not very difficult to make the clips that you guys just saw here in this video. All right, now I want to go over a couple of things, the fine print, if you will. Guys, when you use our mount, we want to ensure that you are clamping it onto a flat surface with the articulating feet or a round surface with the clamp arms. I attempted to use our COD mount with my new Beretta A300 Ultima shotgun. When clamping onto the stock, I actually clamped onto the angled portion of the stock, which was not flat, nor was it perfectly round. This did not allow for the clamp to get a secure purchase onto the stock. Doing this will result in footage where the camera moves out of position and is no longer the angle that you want. This is where I want to stress how important it is that you clamp onto a flat surface in an effort to get the clamp to hold on to the stock. I torqued it down more, and because it was on that hard angle of the stock, I ended up torquing it too much and cracking one of the articulating feet on the mount, which also marred up the finish of my stock on my shotgun. So again, please be aware that if you do not place the clamp on a flat surface with the articulating feet, you could damage the mount as well as the finish on your stock or gun. Next thing I want to cover is marring or scratching of your firearm. Our clamp is made from metal, and while it does have a rubber lining, marring can still occur. Included in your package is going to be 2 3-inch strips of foam adhesive. You can cut those strips into smaller sections and then attach them to your rifle or stock when using the clamp if needed. We definitely recommend not using our clamp on any Safe Queen guns or guns that have high-end Cerakote jobs. Our mount is a tool, much like your firearm, and wear and tear is to be expected. If you are worried about creating cosmetic blemishes on your firearms or accessories, we do not not recommend using our mount. We also will not be responsible for any damages to your firearms in regards to scratches, wear marks, or any other damage that occurs from improper use. I want to note one more thing here, guys. With our smartphone mount, you'll see that I was able to keep the case on my iPhone when it was mounted in the setup. We recommend doing this just in case your phone does come loose or you do not secure the locking wheel or lever and your phone falls. We here at QVO Tactical also will not be responsible for damage to your smartphone. Now, the last thing I want to discuss is focusing. I utilize the iPhone camera because you're able to tap and hold on to the screen to lock focus. When using your iPhone with our mount, you want to lock focus at the distance your target is at. I simply click on the background away from the object and it brings everything into focus in the scope or red dot. Holding your finger down will lock the focus and make everything clear for you. It is very similar to being target focused when using a red dot while shooting. You can now just make your camera target focus and it's going to give you that very clear first person field of view camera angle. If you are struggling to get proper focus, guys, you can utilize other applications for your smartphone camera. An example would be the application Filmic Pro. This app allows you to manually adjust the focus so that you can get the perfect shot. I didn't find this necessary, however, it is available in the App Store if you do need it. Guys, we want to thank everyone who's purchased one of our mounts once again. If you're watching this video, they are live on our website and they are up for sale. You can pick one up by going to QVOtactical.com and purchasing it there. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us via email at info@QVOtactical.com or drop us a line in the comment section down below. Again, we are very excited to see all of the content you other creative gun tubers are going to be able to produce. Please be sure to tag us as we would like to share your stuff. Guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Once again, thank you for the support. We appreciate it. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. We post new videos every week. As always, we appreciate you checking out the video and we'll see you in the next one. To get the focus the way that you need it for zooming in on the optic. Dope. Oh, that's all I needed to do this whole time to get it center.
Behind the scenes. Talk shit.